Good morning, beautiful. Hope that you slept well. I hope that you're ready to begin your day. It's your daily insight on life and love for April 1st, 2021. Also being timeless, so wherever you're catching it, it might be relevant to something going on in your life. If not, you can either let it fall away, enjoy the shenanigans, and whether it does or doesn't, ask questions about booking your own session, coronavirus sale, and my email address is in the description, and you can also DM me on the social platforms. So, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit the bell for notifications. We're looking at Rider-Waite. Somebody very important to you is pumping the brakes. What I'm seeing here is not really looking to repeat the same mistakes that they did in the past, and that's why they are being so mindful in this leap with you. That ding might be validation for you, even though it's my son texting me right now. Signs and synchronicities, baby. It looks like a reunion of some sorts. It doesn't have to be a reunion with somebody from a past relationship. This can be a reuniting of soulmates that have agreed to meet at this point in their lifetime. There's something that needs to be fulfilled, and it's massively important right now. But I also see how both parties in this situation are nervous, but I also see that they're, you know what, let's see what happens, which I think is really the best way to go about this. I don't think that there's any lying. I do feel like there's transparency. And I also think that it's important that you communicate exactly what the nervousness is. Somebody had walked away from something recently, and it's going to take time for them to acclimate from the situation. I'm going to pull some more cards on the connection. It doesn't have to be romantic. This can be kindred spirits. Soulmates show up in many ways, shape, and forms. And don't underestimate your part in this. Everything that's going on is always a reflection of you. So whatever's happening in this relationship, whether it's the ebb or the flow, understand that this is working on whatever your internal work is. If you're freaking out, then this is going to sell you a story that is going to be filled with insecurities that need to be talked about. And you know what? That's fine. Let's talk about this. Let's address it. If this is one where of excitement, then let's talk about it. Let's address it. Let's see if we're on the same page. So what I'm seeing here, this is about both. Wow. All right. So I'm looking at the Star and the Hermit card. We have the Justice in reverse. This was a long time coming. I think that both parties had been equally dragged through the mud of karmic lessons, and even atonement feels like a word right now to use in this. Each party went through their own spiritual, soul-crushing stress in this. Now, this can be triggered by people crossing over. It can be something where loss is just a theme of your life. Whatever it was, the trauma induced some sort of a redirection of both parties' lives. And now we are being led by the Star in this, which that is hopefulness, that is wisdom. And it's also soulmate energy. This is completely laden with deep soul bonded connections. And again, let me reiterate, it doesn't always have to be romantic. So this is going to be something that has to go ultimately as slow as possible. Keep yourself in check and pumping the brakes. The fact that this is going as slow as it is does not mean that either party is going to be rejected or that the feelings are not equal. It just means that everybody involved in this situation is trying to keep their head on straight and not get lost in the connection. So what I'm seeing here is it's very healing and reassuring and very patience teaching. It's time for you to fill that lack of patience with other things. You are not dependent on another person. Nobody has to depend on you. This is interdependence. And you need to be fully expressing yourself in this. And let's see. I think both parties are watching each other in this, or all parties involved are somehow watching each other. There's more than one set in this one, so somebody else is watching this too. There's not any action going in on this third party though. But it seems like somebody wants to make somebody a love offer, and whoever it is whoever this is directed to in this connection isn't having it. So a third party situation making an attempt to either connect with you or to another person involved in this. Nobody's taken the bait. That's interesting. So what is the third party's mindset in this? They've grown, they've changed. Great. You're still off your rocker. And it's not going to happen. Interesting. So, if you've been worried about a third-party situation, don't. It's very superficial of the third party. It doesn't have any grounds to stand on. It is an illusion. And again, this doesn't have to be romantic. So, what does the other people involved's higher self want you to know? Not the third party. Whoever the other person is in this, what do they want you to know? Their higher self wants you to know. They want to start with you. Very nice. And I think that this is already an investment. It feels like a secret garden that's going on, a world where you guys can kind of connect. All right, what's going on with this? Ooh, ooh. All right, how does this one want to show up? Okay, we're going to go with that. They're not going to make the same mistake. They're not acting out of ill intent. There's nothing that you need to defend in this. Lots of wand energy around this person. So this is saying no swift movements right now, and this is not a cause for concern. This is nothing that anyone has anything to really hide. There may be some communication that needs to come from the other person about their situation. And let's see. They're also feeling overwhelmed. Why are they feeling overwhelmed? Because they know that they're being watched. And they need to cut it to the quick. They don't have time to mess around. They don't have time for games. All right, so what does your higher self want you to know about this situation? I still have all the other cards in front of me. All right, what does your higher self want you to know about the situation? Come on, out with it. Thank you. I'm seriously going to jump through this screen at you. Not in an attacking way, but kind of to shake you. All right, accept an offer, all right? This, it seems like a really good connection. Your insecurities about it are all codependent issues. Whether it's anxious attachment or avoidant attachment or avoidant love language, you aren't really seeing yourself in the correct light. You have more work to do, which is kind of nice, the fact that this reading is talking about everybody pumping the brakes. If this were to come to fruition right now in solid form, the way that you would be hoping for security reasons, it would fall flat on its face. It wouldn't work. You have insecurities that you're working on. You feel like you have no choice. You have to put yourself in the Queen of Wands and start to get over your nerves. God, it's like an animal. Okay, animal symbology. If you're watching this and you are in the Divine Feminine right now, animal symbology has been coming through for you. So if this is where you've been seeing a lot of felines, this is about independence. Pay attention to whatever synchronicity or synchronistic animal's been popping up, whether it's in dreams or in waking life. It doesn't matter if it's a physical animal or an image in front of you. Pay attention to the synchronicity of it. This is what energy you're being told to invoke and be mindful of. And also, you really have to get very firm in your independence. If you are dependent on another person, you will be let down every single time. Every time. Little things become big things. And so if you follow this advice, what does your higher self want you to know? By the way, this is what I'm looking at. Really incredibly slow healing. You're going to be put through every challenge that's going to be multiple choice, and you have to learn to get confident in yourself that you will be chosen. It's not like anyone's inferior or better, but you have to get confidence in yourself and get over your nerves that there's always going to be something better. It's not about better. It's about compatibility and what it gets brought out of this situation. So then I have the Knight of Wands. So this can mean a few things. Either this is coming in from a distance, time or space. This is a very deep and old connection. Doesn't mean the physical old. It means so old. Soul. S-O-U-L. Old. And also, this is a very passionate offering right here. It reflects every single energy that you are giving off. So if you are feeling cold and callous, get expected to have that reflected back to you. And it's all in your mind at that point. You have no real reason to be insecure, but since that can't just be granted to you, Spirit is going to put you through the lessons that it's going to take for you to have a pure sense of self. I want you to be kind of arrogant. I want you to be kind of full of yourself. This is going to be good for you in the long run. So, there's that. Okay. If everybody follows the advice and the guidance that they are taking in this, what can you... Well, what's the guidance? Tell me what the guidance is for this. This is unconventional. Don't treat it as conventional. Learn to make some choices yourself. It's not all about another person. It's about you and your free will too. And whatever it is, the scales are going to be balanced at this time. So I kind of want to say this is going tit for tat. You have the Star card, which you do not get unless you have been through the hellfire in this. And I do see that both parties are having this emotional outpouring for each other. And there is a freedom in this. There's a vulnerability. There's a innocence of this. But it also comes with wisdom of you learning to be your own guiding light rather than depending on someone else to lead it for you. Sun card is the happiest card of the deck. We have the Sun and the Star. The Sun is also a star. It's soul. S-O-L. Yeah. So this is about you and being not physically virginal. Please understand that I do not care. Spiritually virginal. Innocent. Always looking towards the light. Always looking on towards the future. Not taking yourself out of the security of now. It's constantly drawing in the more life that you want. There is a freedom, there is a wildness that you will be experiencing, and I think that that's going to be healthy for you. It is very pure energy. So that is the guidance, or that's what you can expect. And if you follow all this advice, what is the likely outcome for this scenario? I have to read the Spirit card after this. All right, come on. What is the likely outcome should everybody follow their path in this? Whether it's looking messy at times, whether it doesn't make sense, or whether it feels like people have backtracked. We have the Moon card, loyalties, enlightenment, rites of passage, psychic connection, a long journey ahead that is actually guided by your internal workings too. All right, there's a feeling of being out of balance or having to go towards another pivot in life. All right. There's a sense of not finding balance too. Be mindful of your balance. Don't get lost in the connection. Jeez, how does this one want to show up? All right. Stop hitting the reset on everything. You don't need to restart everything over a hiccup. We have somebody who's very emotionally mature, and they need to be given more credit for this. And you need to sit yourself down on that throne and work on your own healing, not for somebody else to heal you. The healing just comes from everybody showing up as they are, authentic, every single day. And also, no matter what waves comes towards you in life, learn to keep your head above water. No matter what, you're not going to lose your breath in this. Your ships are coming in, and you have a lot of self-reflection that you need to do and not project that onto anybody else. So we have, in the attempt to completely restart everything at square one, it's not going to happen. This is your path. And this, you have to communicate what's going on in that moment and strive towards the future together in this. Not say, let's go back. Let's try this again. No, start where you are. And this is going to be a lot of fast changes that are coming in too. God, it's one of the most calm feelings that I've felt in a connection here. It's absolutely a guiding light in your life. It's not just the connection, it's your own enlightenment. You've walked so many roads in this life. You've gone up so many mountains. You are a master guide in this. You can walk through anything. You can have anything stand beside you. This connection is protected, and it is very spiritual, and it is healing, and it is something that really feels like it calls home for you. And we have the Lovers again. Absolute soulmate, perfect energy. It doesn't have to be romantic. And regardless, you are always going to be your own soulmate twin flame energy. Whatever's on the outside can only reflect your internal world. So the more that you get confident and whole in yourself, the more this will reflect on the outside. So anyone who's showing up in your life as a divine connection, know that this is a mirror of your internal work. And the more that you blossom, the more that this relationship will blossom. You need to water yourself so that you can water this. And it is a change in life, and that is perfectly fine. Pace yourself. You have all the time in the world. And let's see. This is again coming in from either distant space or distant time. This is a long time coming in, and it's something that is helping you move on in life. I do see that you are looking at the Two of Cups behind you, no longer looking at the spilt milk in front of you, false securities, false heart connections. You have the Two of Cups that you get to fill behind you. So this is what we are looking at. This is all you, baby. All right. This is going to be from a loved one who's crossed over, or from your main spirit guide. We have some exciting news to share with you. You are a manifesting master, so all of this you manifested. You don't even know it. There will always be enough of everything that you need in life. Money, opportunities, love, kindness. So whatever you're asking guidance about, have faith and be open to the many ways in which you'll receive experience. Be open to the many ways which you will experience prosperity. Spirit is the source of your supply. The universe is always reflecting back to you, so what do you believe? Whenever you fall into insecurity, you'll be shown an illusion as if your fear were real. But the truth is the universe is abundant. You are and always have been enough. And the abundance is your natural state. If you can imagine something consistently as truth, then you can create it. You are on the right path now. Keep believing it. And then then the seeing happens. So keep believing it, and then the seeing happens. Loving you more and more every day. Love, Spirit. I hope that reading made sense. You know that this doesn't end at midnight. This is a projection of your future based off of current circumstances and if you follow this path. So if this resonated, awesome. If not, I hope you enjoyed the show. If you have questions either way about what services I provide or about the sale going on, email address. I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. And until next time, stay safe, have fun. Know that you're greatly loved and appreciated. Bye for now. You know the deal. Think of a loved one who's crossed over. If you can't think of anybody, it's fine. It's going to be from your main guide. Listen with an open heart and an open mind. We have some exciting news to share with you. You are a manifesting master and you don't even know it. There is always enough of everything that you need in your life. Money, opportunities, love, kindness, whatever you're asking guidance about. Have faith and be open to the many ways which you can experience prosperity. Spirit is the source of your supply. The universe is always reflecting back to you what you believe. So whenever you fall into insecurity, you'll be shown illusion as if your fear were real. But the truth is that the universe is abundant. You are and always have been enough. And abundance is your natural state. If you can imagine something consistent as truth, then you can create it. You're on the right path. Keep believing and then see it happening. I really hope that made sense. Yeah, you're on a personal journey of self-empowerment. Why is that so scary for you? Look, we're all looking to be our own boss. We're all looking for our path in life. Yours happens to be one of empowerment. The nervousness is the fact that you think that you could abuse that power, that you could break someone else down, or that you're even delusional about the whole entire experience. You're not. This has been something I think that has plagued you for a while, your fear of your own power and how far you could fall from it. It's not something that is going to be the outcome for you. Whatever you're afraid of in yourself, sit with it and try and understand it, because this could be something that if you understand it, it could become your biggest strength and enabler for greatness. It's not going to be an abuse of power. You're not going to hurt anybody. I know that you've been wanting to make some changes in your path, and this is going to involve you being the parent of the situation, being your own parent, and doing the things that you don't necessarily jump for joy over. I get it. It's the dedication, the hard work, the discipline, there you go, of the situation. So the new career is, what are the little tweaks that you want to make in this direction? It doesn't have to be career. This can be any part of your life, but it's zoning in, focusing. It's not going to be something that is the fun part of it, but it is going to be something that you're going to have to learn to get over. It's not always going to be fun and games. This is where the dedication comes in. You'll see the payoff for it, trust me. It's all for you. You've changed as a person, your values, your motivation. And it's time for you to let whatever you had set up in the past, let it lay to rest. Don't water those seeds anymore. This is a really important time to look at yourself, look at what has changed in your values, and actually start to follow through on these new seeds that you have planted. They are dreams, they are aspirations. Yes, some of them are long shots, but what you put your focus into will come about. Whether it's a career path, a life path change, or a relationship, or personal health. This is going to involve a lot of follow through. Let your mind wander now, taking into account how much you've changed, and see what it naturally gravitate towards this time. It's going to be weird. It's going to be awesome. Stay safe, have fun.